Outside Delhi is Faridabad, the industrial town of India. It's about 30 kilometers away from Delhi, and it's a great place to be. Plenty of color and greenery around. And that's Nahar Singh, after whom the stadium Nahar Singh has been named. And this is the third match and the venue for the third match of the TVS Cup one-day tri-series. A typical hazy morning in the north of India as we come close to November and close to winter. There you are, the third match, Australia versus New Zealand, coming to you from Faridabad. As I said, we are at the Nahar Singh Stadium, which has seen some cricket over the years. Of course, New Zealand just 3 points from that washed out game at Chennai, and Australia losing to India just the 1 point. So a lot to play for both Australia and New Zealand. Well, it's not an India game, but the crowd is starting to fill out. It's what they call the Trans-Tasmanian Clash, and a lot of people filing in, and we expect a jam-packed crowd when play starts. Ricky Ponting has the coin, and Stephen Fleming will call. Heads, says Fleming, and it's gone about a couple of yards away from the pitch.
Heads it is.
And heads it is. So Stephen Fleming has won the toss. What's it going to be?
Oh, we're going to have a bat first.
Interesting pitch.
Yeah, interesting pitch and one of much debate, but we want to get a score on the board. It may move around for half an hour, but then it may get slower later in the day.
And of course, the last match wasn't the kind of preparation that you would like. You had perhaps the upper hand in that match, but rain played spoil sport for you.
Yeah, it was 50-50. It was at a delicate stage, but yeah, there was no chance once that rain fell, so we've been in limbo for a while, looking forward to getting into it.
Well, Chris Crane's had a good start in that match, but not playing is a bit of a setback for you.
Yeah, it is. He's a quality all-rounder and helps the balance of our side, but he makes way for Chris Nevin today.
All the best for the game.
Thanks,
Steve.
mate.
Ricky, not lucky with the tosses. You lost the last one to Rahul. Again, the pitch has been the talk. Seems like a double-paced pitch for you. Are you worried about it?
Oh, we're not, no. I mean, we don't really know what to expect on this wicket. There's a little bit of grass on it, which is a little bit unusual for India, I suppose. So, and there's a bit of moisture around in the air this morning, so the ball might swing around a little bit.
And what about the last match? I mean, things didn't work out well for you. Chasing wasn't quite easy. Looking forward to this game.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the game. Yeah, we've had some really good games with New Zealand in the past couple of years, and they've been a good opponent of ours. So I think we all learned a little bit from the last game, and we're looking forward to improving that today.
And any changes that you have made in your team, Ricky?
We've got exactly the same side as last game.
All the best for the game. So there you are. The news from the centre is New Zealand have won the toss and they've decided to bat first.
Oh, thank you, Sanjay. There are the teams. Chris Cairns out. Chris Nevin will open the batting. So an all-rounder out for an opening batsman. And the Australians not making any changes. Maninder Singh with me. No changes to the Aussie side. They probably need a bit of practice on the subcontinental wickets.
I think the Australians believe in carrying on with the team, whether they've won the game or not. They like to give chance to their youngsters whenever they've given a chance.
Chris Nevin yet to make a century in one-day international cricket. Perhaps today will be his day, opening up with the skipper, Steve Fleming, who at 204 games, quite an experienced cricketer, a very good cricketer. 34 half centuries in one-day international cricket. And that's a good record. Nathan Brackett is the man who'll get the new ball, as he did in Gwalior the other evening. Steve Fleming, when he won the toss, and he said to Sanjay that interesting pitch, I think was the comment. He wasn't exactly sure what would happen. And that is very close. That is out. LBW Brackett once again strikes in the very first over, swinging it back. Nevin back and across, and that looked to be palpably LBW.
Well, when Stephen Fleming decided to bat first, it was kind of a shock to me because he was talking to me in the morning, Henry, and he was almost certain that he was going to field first. This is why, because the ball is going to swing early in the morning. Nevin gone for a duck, none for one, New Zealand.
Lou Vincent batting at number 3 for the Black Caps after the very early demise of Chris Nevin, LBW to Nathan Bracken. Lou Vincent, best fieldsman in the New Zealand side, 58 matches. He's got over 1,000 runs. He'd like the average to be a little higher.
Now what Bracken is trying to do here is pitch the ball up. That was a beauty of a delivery, coming from just middle and off, going to middle and leg. Lovely stuff. There's an improvement there. He got a wicket off the third ball in the first match. This time he got a wicket off the second.
Brad Williams, the Western Warrior, the former Victorian bushranger. It's the new ball. just as he did at Gwalior. This might be 4-leg buys. Oh, wait for the umpire. It is, and that one swung too far.
Yeah, it's poor stuff from Brad Williams. Now the skipper has got 3 slips for him to bowl outside the off stump. What does he do? Bowl at the pads of the Kiwi captain. 4 runs for New Zealand. Whichever way they come, they're going to be important.
And that is a great delivery. Big appeal for catch. Bracken thinks it's off the pad. He hasn't appealed. All those behind the wicket thought it was out. And now David Shepherd joins umpire Benko. Ricky Ponting said he's caught it. Well, that's one issue. The other was whether Fleming actually hit it. Obviously, well, they've had a very brief chat and said not out.
I thought he did the pads and then went to the slips. But what a beauty of a delivery that was. Opened up Stephen Fleming, the Kiwi captain, completely. Hit the thigh and went to the slips. Ricky Ponting got it all right. But it was off the thigh. What a delivery, though.
I don't think David Shepherd was in any doubt that he missed it. Out! Out this time, no padding that. Another piece of delightful bowling from Nathan Bracken. The Kiwi captain departs.
That's a beauty of a delivery, and you were talking about Bruce Reid helping Bracken out. So, very lucky man, Bracken, I would say. Jeff Lawson and Bruce Reid helping him out with his bowling. That's a beautiful delivery. The seam right up there. Lovely catch from Adam Gilchrist. Happy man, second wicket for Bracken. Stephen Fleming gone for 2, 11 for 2, New Zealand.
Scott Styris comes to the crease, 66 matches, so another of the Black Caps with some good experience at this level. 350s and 1 century, but has not spent each of those 66 games up the order. So 3 men on the leg side, fine leg, and that close catcher on the leg side, and a mid-on. And that one right underneath the bat. Oh, Scott Styris, 11 for 2. And Williams a little bit, so this is straight up in the air. This could be a catch. Clive Hogg. Bickle is the man mid-off, and well, Lou Vincent on 0. That is a reckless, ill-disciplined stroke. Brad Williams is happy. I don't think Stephen Fleming will be.
What was that? Absolutely in no position to play that stroke. Trying to pull it from outside the off stump. The ball came on quicker onto him. This is a lovely surface. It's nice and hard, and the ball is really travelling. Third wicket for the Australians. Lou Vincent gone for a duck, 11 for 3, New Zealand.
Big job now for Craig McMillan. Poor stroke, it has to be said. It doesn't look any better side on. Oh, and that's a beauty.
I'm sure Brad Williams is going to be much more comfortable now, because he's going to be bowling to the right-handers all the time. Because when the left and the right combination were there, he was having problems getting his line and length correct. But since both the right-handers are there, I think he's mentally more settled.
Another good one. 3 slips of gully and a point at the moment, so the game's changed, the field's changed. And Ponting won't be unhappy with the odd wide or no ball, as long as he's taking wickets. Because in between the ordinary deliveries, there's a few like that.
One wonders whether Stephen Fleming has just blundered here in this very important game. Bit of swing for him, but Scott Styris equal to the task. Huge roar from the crowd. The first boundary.
And has brought a bit of a smile to my dial, because look at it, effortless. Simple front foot push down the ground, and as easy as you like. Come forward. That is a beauty. And you do well to nick those. That's good pace to around 140 Ks. But he's worked on his technique, Sanjay. Really, really has. And or a good seam and just jags enough. I just think in the balance of the side, when you take Nathan Astle out of it, and you haven't got Chris Cairns playing, I think in a perfect world for Scott Styris, I like him as maybe a 6.
All a batsman can do in these conditions is the balls that beat him should not dwell on it too much. This is the next ball, because this is unplayable stuff. Ball threatening to come on to middle stump, so you've got to get that bat down in line, as Scott Styris has done. Nothing much you can do as a batsman. Speed has been decent, but it's the movement today has been the key. And do that, and you get the odd straight delivery. Pick up runs. Michael Bevan goes with the left hand. And just a couple of runs, which is a surprise.
Wide open spaces with a very attacking 7-2 offside field for Australia. And anything that slightly gets onto about middle and doesn't move enough. Just gone upstairs to check this. The foot, no, beautiful balance from Bevan. It's a fine fielder to be at fine leg. You think of Bevan and you think of, well, cover point, cover, dynamic player.
Gone. Another wicket has fallen. Regulation catch in the slips. Scott Styris on this occasion pushing at the delivery, and had he run the third run, things would have been different. I thought there was an opportunity to pick up the third run on the last ball, but there you are. Scott Styris walking back.
Again, it is the radar that is right. He's got his lines right, his lengths right, and that's a lovely piece of bowling from Williams, and good catching from the Australian skipper. Ponting doesn't drop those, and Styris has to go, and New Zealand in disarray, absolute disarray. He's gone for 7, New Zealand now 20 for 4.
Didn't move. I think that ball didn't seem as one would expect, just went on straight. You can see here, very good look at how the ball hasn't done much. Scott started just going to the line. Perhaps the batsman also had decided that there's no point in just hanging around. The ball is there in your half. Try and push at it. You can see there all batsmen dismissed in the single digits, couple of them. Ducks, Lou Vincent and Chris Nevin. Nathan Bracken continues. Become a regulation. Ball beating the bat. Gone. Another batsman gone. Edged and taken low by the wicketkeeper. No chance at all for the New Zealand batsman. They're struggling against an excellent line. Some seem to go with it. Nathan Bracken has been most impressive.
He sure has. There is that beautiful release, but notice the way Oram, with that big wide stance of his, is cast, and then he just is on the walk. Saw some of that number bad where he played and missed a lot. He's gone for a duck. New Zealand now 21 for 5.
Well, the number 7 batsman has walked in just about 50 minutes after the game has started. That doesn't quite happen with Chris Harris, but there he is. John Buchanan must be very pleased.
Just look at that seam position. He's on the walk, so no platform, no solid base to hit from big Jacob Oram. He's just on the walk, and that's all you can do. Well, hopefully you play and miss it, but not so today for big Jake Oram.
Have a look at the length there again. Pitched up. He's gone for runs on this occasion because the batsman was equal to the challenge. 9 overs gone. 26 for 5. And another one, is it? There's a big appeal from behind the stumps. Venkat Raghavan. Well, I just wonder whether he's made a decision. Took his time, it seems, Venkat Raghavan. The Australians were waiting for a decision to come from the umpire. And maybe the time just allowed him to either say yes or no. He went for the no.
Well, just watching it live, I thought he nodded. Listen to this. Big chunk of this, and I was looking at the face of Craig McMillan, and he definitely looked rather guilty. Yes, he's bowled a couple of wide deliveries, and then you get a peach like this. Just absolute beauty. He's saying not out. No, he didn't think he hit it. Now one of the Aussies are absolutely gutted. 28 for 6. Oh, look at that going through. This is beautiful bowling, mixed in with some indifferent stuff, and that is always difficult for a batter to think, well, what's coming next?
Well, I think what Venkatraghavan did there, he didn't go by instincts. I think his instincts may have told him something else. I just got the feeling maybe the first time he thought the batsman may have hit it, he took some time for himself. There's no doubt that the batsman has edged it. There you can hear it very clearly. Sitting in your drawing rooms, you could hear it. Well, it's time to dig out those lowest totals ever for New Zealand.
Beautifully bowled. Just a little tentative to get forward, but it's a useful surface. It really is. It's going through consistency is the key for the bowler. But the consistent lines and lengths from Bracken particularly causing all sorts of problems. Well, that's another goodie. Really is. These angles, he's just started to think about it a bit more. Williams decided to come around to Harris, and the length is the key here.
Danny, here's an example of another batsman pushing at a delivery. You can see it's not a dead defensive bat. Now, that is how a lot of play. They push at deliveries on good pitches. It's a great technique to have, because you end up getting a couple or a run of ball that you would normally defend.
That's a good shot. That should get 4.
Marginally short, and the angle was there for Chris Harris. But the last time these two teams played was 7 years back in India, and this is the man who got 130, Chris Harris, and that's a great shot. Really testing conditions for the batsman. The ball not coming on and seaming around a bit. That's nicely played. Has he got enough bat on it? Yes, he has. So Macmillan will hold the key for this. The attacking batsman, he needs a few more boundaries.
That's his natural instinct, to attack the bowlers. A bit of an opportunity, over-pitched, to try and search for that movement by Bracken. Beautifully played. Very well struck. That should give him a lot of confidence.
Gone over the top. It's in the air. The clear is mid off by a long way. Good running between the wickets.
So now it's clear that Macmillan wants to take the attack to the Aussies. In the air, it wasn't quite there for this particular shot, but he brought it off. Just wanted to clear that mid-off fielder, managed it. Didn't quite get hold of it. Edged and dropped. Did it carry?
I think it did. Matthew Hayden was the man. Once again, a poor shot from Macmillan. He was opening the face of the bat. Normally a very good catcher, Matthew Hayden. Good seam position from Bickle. Just a hint of movement away. Well, dear, oh dear, that was touch and go. He had to dive forward. Always difficult for a tall man, but was catchable by international standards.
Take a look. His fingers are pointing down. There's no chance of taking that. You've got to be a lot lower than that if you want to hold these catches, which is what happens in India.
Well, he poked at that, Macmillan, but not hard enough for the ball to carry.
Take a look at the fingers that we're talking about. Just in no position to take that catch at all.
Wow, how did that get through? Chris Harris doesn't know.
It's going to be a marvellous time in international cricket, Andy Bickle. The last sort of 18, 24 months. There's that shot on the walk again. I saw that with Orham's dismissal. Just pretend there's a net up, Harry, and just go out and smash like you do in the nets. Just like that. Right out of the screws. Ends the over. 20 overs gone. 56 for 5. Well, Henry, you're saying this could be another little gem of an innings from Chris Harris. From a New Zealand perspective, you'd hope so, but I think also from the crowd, who've, well, not quite a full house, but they're still coming in. We'd just love to see New Zealand get through to complete their 50 overs and post something competitive.
So still movement in the air for the bowlers. We're in the 24th over. We saw no delivery swing at Gwalior. Oh, and there it's still swinging. Oh.
Just quietly. There's a beautiful delivery, the length, when he gets it right, and then he gets that channel, that corridor of uncertainty. Seems to tad bit of wobble, but it's still pretty much upright. Just allowed just a hint of movement away, just off the track as well. It's that length where a lot of the New Zealand batsmen have just been on the hop, have just been on the walk. Oh, that's nice again. There's it's the wide slipping, but it's going to beat everyone. Hayden's moved a long way to his right, and it's beaten Harvey. No chance at third man.
The decisions captains make. They move the first slip to second slip. It played well, Millen played it down, got over the top, but it was never a chance. Beautifully picked the gap. In Harvey, Chris Harris. That's close again this time. No, I thought David Shepherd pulled the finger out of the pocket. This will be leg bias. I thought he took the left hand out to give you. I thought, oh, pitched around leg stump again, but Shep teased us all.
A little excited, Henry. So I see that just pitches out again. Is it on the line? Well, I've seen those given. Another shout.
And this time he's given it that one. Pitched middle, straightened up. Chris Harris was a long way forward. That was the big factor Dave Shepherd had to take into account. I like the line, but long way forward. Chris Harris unhappy. The Gloucester men, well, they finally do strike.
They have got together, but look at this, it pitches right on middle, straightens. I think it's a good decision. Yes, he's got a long way forward, but look, it's hit him below the knee. It's got a long way to go, but it's still, I feel that's a good decision. He's gone for 14. New Zealand now 73 for 6.
Brendan McCullum, the new man in, the wicketkeeper for the Black Caps.
Thank you very much, Jeff. This was well, straight and no doubt in the umpire's mind. You've got to give Ian Harvey the credit. The earlier one was close, and this one was simple, plumb leg before. He's driven that, he's found the gap as well. That's for, so at the halfway stage, 78 for 6.
Yeah, he's got a lot of promise. Whenever you talk to any Kiwi, they speak very highly of him. They think of him as the future wicketkeeper batsman for New Zealand.
One has to just wait and see whether the sun will dry this pitch out. Oh, that's given. Macmillan not quite happy, looking back at the umpire. But that one really looked straight to me, but one has to see whether it was just sliding down leg side. But Venkatraghwan on this occasion raising the finger. So second time not lucky, Macmillan.
Well, that was a bad shot from Macmillan. Playing it across, and if he's not played it, he is right there. It was missing off, it was missing leg, but it was hitting the centre. So that's the end of Macmillan. 24, 77 for 7 New Zealand.
Macmillan, been there for a long time.
No chance there. I don't know what he was objecting to really. He was right in front there. No doubt in the umpire's mind. Perfect decision there. Very happy, Andy Bickle. Australia right on top. It's amazing to see that it's houseful here in Faridabad, even though India is not playing. That goes to show how much the people in this country love cricket.
He's gone for the pull shot, and has he taken a catch here? Well, there are a few fielders out there surprised, but the fact of the matter is another Kiwi batsman has been dismissed. Damien Martin taking a good catch at square leg. And another batsman heading towards the pavilion.
Just can't believe my eyes, Sanjay. That was hit like a bullet. What a great catch, Damien Martin. It was dipping on him. Just sucked it. Brendan McCullum gone for 5, 80 for 8, New Zealand.
Impressive strike rate for Paul Hitchcock, but he'll have to show some defence here. and real time. Just unbelievable. And that's why there were quite a few players on the field stunned. The bowler, for one, didn't realize that he had just picked up a wicket. And now that's bad first, and it's given. That's a very good decision. There was a bit of bat on it, in fact plenty of bat, but that was after the ball hit the pads. So again, Ian Harvey on the mark, and a familiar sight by now. Another Kiwi batsman walking back dejected.
What a delivery that is. It's pitching it at the right spot, middle and off. No way, no chance for Vettori there. Vettori gone for a duck, 80 for 9, New Zealand.
This is a typical outswinger shaping in to the left-hander, plumb in front. And after the ball hit the pad, it went on to hit the bat. And David Shepherd doing a good job.
It doesn't happen too often in one-day internationals that the captain doesn't need to use the fifth bowler. Now that's bad cricket. They don't pay any penalties for that.
So Hitchcock off the mark as well. Almost got a second run. Nathan Bracken attempting a direct hit.
He must be regretting his decision now.
I think it's a reaction from what happened in the last match at Gwalior.
Matthew Hayden, his birthday today, world record holder in Test match cricket. Nice individual scores. A nice stroke from Hitchcock. And he's not the worst. This will go all the way to the rope for 4. Lovely timing.
Just the 7th boundary in this innings for New Zealand. And a very convincing one from Hitchcock. Brad Williams slightly on the fuller side. Good extension of the defence. The timing was what he's looking at. The sweetest spot in the bat. The sides are not very big here. And Brad Hogg's chase in vain.
He has been the pick of the bowlers. 3 for 21 off his 8 overs. Has got the ball to swing. And it won't surprise me if he keeps on swinging.
That's a beauty. Real beauty to start off with. No looseness. Right into the block hole.
Just the ability to bring it back. Lovely seam position. A little inside edge on this, but the tail enders looking for that Yorker. Right up there to Hitchcock. And gone, that's it. It's all over. New Zealand are not going to make that 100. And Hitchcock is the man to go. And a smart catch. Williams ends with 4 wickets. And Matthew Hayden, they look just so easy, the Australians.
Very disappointing performance from the Black Caps. The Australians are full of joy. Seam up marginally short in length, too close to the body to cut. And Matthew Hayden, the second time that he's got a catch, he's taken it. And taken it very well to his left. Hitchcock, the man to go. He's gone for 10. And New Zealand was all out for 97. And it's been a very, very disappointing day at the office for the Black Caps. They won a toss, and both captains were of the opinion that they would have batted first. And nothing going the Black Caps' way, the New Zealanders, but these Australians, they'll now play them a good chance of getting a bonus point, which they very much would like to have. If you look at the batting card of the New Zealanders,
big disappointment. But, look at those very small scores. 0-2, 0-7. 3 players getting to double figures. 24, 14 and 10. And then you just have a look at extras. His top score in a one-day international.
Not very good batting, but great bowling by the Australians. Well, Nathan Bracken got them off to a brilliant start. And good support by Brad Williams, being the most successful. And then a wicket for Andy Bickle and Ian Harvey. Economical and very effective. No bowling for Brad Hogg. Not required today. So 98 to win for the Australians of 50 overs at 1.96.
Cricket Highlights sponsored by Sam Travel and Tours, bringing you the world for over 30 years.
Do you need a holiday? Well,
he leads out the New Zealand Black Caps rather forlornly. They'll be very disappointed with this performance because they came here yesterday to train. They worked hard, have been working hard. They had a good test series with the drawn 2 tests in Ahmedabad and Mohali. Millen had a good test series, but not today with the blade in the one-dayers. And he is not a happy man, Stephen Fleming.
These two are dynamic batsmen out in the middle. And Gilchrist, well, any bowler wouldn't like bowling to him. 5,500 runs in one-day internationals at a strike rate of 91.9.
This fellow's been having an electric time of it in the longer version of the game, coming off 380 at Perth and 100 in Sydney versus Zimbabwe. Birthday boy, strike rate there of pretty much 77, so he goes along at a fair clip as well. Daryl Tuffy, can he get a wicket in his first over? He's bowling to Adam Gilchrist. Straight away goes for it, and it's over the top for 4.
Well, everything going in that area. When the New Zealanders batted, it went to the hands of the slips, but Adam Gilchrist going for it and going very, very hard. In fact, sliced it at the last moment to get the elevation, bit of width provided, going down on his knees and slicing it very hard. Fine of third man to pick up the boundary.
If you're going to flash, flash hard. Feet don't go. They don't need to with this man on strike. He knows if anything that is slightly up, it's going to get the treatment. Just off the pads here, one would think. He's keen on 2, Gilchrist. He wants the strike. I'll be looking for getting this target quickly. Oh, straight into this as well. Don't bother running. Hayden doesn't.
No seam movement for Daryl Tuffy. And had a touch of arrogance about this shot from Adam Gilchrist. Well, this is the demolition man in full flow. Nowhere near the ball, the feet. But hand-eye coordination extremely good. Watching it right into the bat. And with so many men in the catching area, once you get the gaps, it's going to be a boundary.
He's batting outside the crease, Adam Gilchrist. And again, just launches at this. That is outstanding. 14 without loss after 1.
Adam Gilchrist taking no prisoners.
Daryl Tuffy will get a single to the brilliance at point. Crowd has been very appreciative with well, all 3 aspects on the field, whether it's good bowling, batting or fielding. Let's just say that it's an unbiased crowd.
It certainly is an unbiased crowd. They've appreciated all the play. I thought coming here today, Sanjay, they might be perhaps pro-Australian because they want that India-Australia final, but fairly objective. Oh, that's 4. Pick the bones out of that. The only disappointment of the day for the crowd will be it will be a short day for them.
Oh, what a shot that is. It's gone with the angle. And I think he's just gone over the rope. David Shepherd has just helped Venkatragun make that decision. And it's something that I'm sure must have been going on in his mind, Adam Gilchrist. Bowler coming round the wicket. Said to himself, anything on middle stump. And I'm going to go over the top or mid-wicket.
Just fetches it off the stumps. That was probably hitting middle about halfway up. Deposits it over near the sponsor sign. Very hard man to bowl to.
Jacob Oram comes round the wicket. Matthew Hayden has hit that sweetly. It's just a push, but it's come from the middle of the bat. And there's that bulk, or the hulk of Matthew Hayden behind the bat. getting 4.
Well, that's another 4, I think. Looked like the inner half of the bat, but it still races away for 4. Gee.
Well, you'll watch in the action replay. It's a mistimed shot. A mistimed 4. And that's in front of the pitch. That doesn't happen often. You can see there the bat just turning in his hand. He's looking to play much straighter. This will give you a very good idea. It's not timed again, but still, this is going to be another boundary of a mistimed shot. There you are.
Frustrating time for a bowler and a captain. It's just so helpless. What can you do? 2 quality players, world-class players. You've only got 97 on the board. If bowlers are trying to bowl at good length, and these 2 players who can belt any sort of attack, the best attacks in the world they can belt.
It's gone up in the air. Not from the middle of the bat, so a couple of runs to Matthew Hayden. Score moves on to 47 for no wicket. He's taken it. Big hands of Jacob Oram. Just one left hand was enough.
Well, some consolation for the big man. This is a super catch. I think Gilchrist gets all of it, but plenty. I think it's surprised Big Jake had stuck in there. Well done. The Kiwis has something to take home. 47 for 1.
Rated on many cricket ratings in one-day cricket as the #1 batsman today. Jacob Oram is keeping it short of length and hitting on the up. And yes, it was a good left hand coming in the direction of the ball. Can't quite say that he caught it. You've got to get that hand close to the ball for such things to happen.
Well, he bats left-handed, so that was probably a plus for him. Still very good snare. That's close. Very close.
Well, you can see David Shepherd had the explanation immediately. Hit outside. So the impact is going to be outside. The off stump can't be given. He's just repeating that. Gets a good stride forward and across as well. Yeah, that's slightly outside the off stump.
Well, Sanjay Mandraker, the batsman, says it's slightly outside. Henry Lawson, the bowler, says it's pretty close. Yeah, 1 millimetre outside the line, Shep, that.
Now, was that off the glove? No, just maybe a flick of the pads.
Bit of bounce, bit of seam, doesn't catch much on the way through. Those behind the wicket not interested, it just brushes the back thigh. Big Jake's keen, and they're not so keen.
Darryl Tuffy to Matthew Hayden. That's sweetly timed, perhaps his best shot of the innings, and brings up the 50 for Australia. Another 47 needed to win with 5 minutes to go for lunch.
I think we'll be here after lunch. Nothing complicated about the Hayden technique. Get forward, good bat swing. Good timing. We saw that pitch at Gwalior, grassless, dry, got lower and lower as the game went on, and the ball did not swing an inch. So I think this has been unexpected. As Hayden drives effortlessly through extra cover. There appeared to be no energy in that stroke at all. He just leant into it.
Matt Hayden, there's a big unit. He's got a big bat. Just hardly touched it. Just out there having a little throwdown. There you go, a little check punch into the covers. Thanks very much, Paul Hitchcock. It's all a bit like an open wicket practice.
Ponting drives, Tory Fields, great save. That's save 4. It's 62 for 1. There are Ricky Ponting's numbers in India. Pretty good average. Well bowled.
This is a good delivery. It's jagged back a long way. It's the off spinner. For a slower ball, it's moved appreciably. And another occasion, might have brought about a downfall with a little inside edge to chop on. It's nicely bowled.
Oh, he's practicing his one wood. Well, we think Ponting's taking his time to get a hit in the middle, and you rarely get the luxury of that in a one-day game to take your time, but that's wide and bouncing. Perhaps he watched Adam Gilchrist getting out in Gwalior and thought he'd try and match it. That was what we would describe as a filthy slog.
Yes.
This time he just punches it through the gap. Chris Nevin's got the work to do out there, and they get it fairly easy too. This time he has got onto it. Is it going to carry? Yes. Well, that was perhaps the 3-wood rather than the driver. Still got there.
Or even the sandwich. Man, he's just, well, he's just checked it and stopped. He said, well, oh, okay. And then just a little gentle follow through on this one. But hit it just where he wanted to. Nice and straight for 6.
Let's just have a look at this one again. Just takes a stride forward. He knows it's in the middle of the fairway, so he doesn't bother to look at it. That is such a simple movement, isn't it? Let's have a look at that 6 again. Shaker went to duck. In the end, he was fortunate it was a high ball. And again. 1, 2 bounces for 78 for 1. Old Tuffy to Ricky Ponting here on drives. That'll be 4. Well, the runs are coming in a torrent at the moment.
Just going through the motions here. Final few nails in the Kiwi coffin. It's simple as the execution as Hayden was in the previous over. Nice and clean.
Off the toes. This might be 4 as well. If it gets on the practice wickets down there, it could scurry away. No, great piece of fielding. Chris Nevin's the man again. Does well to hold them for 3.
Good effort from the wee fella from Wellington. Christopher Nevin. Full length. No problems there. Saving a couple of runs there. Very good effort. The crowd have just started to lift a bit with these runs starting to flow. Good buzz around the ground.
They are flying. Gorgeous cover drive from Ponting.
Superb cover drive of a cricket ball. And that weight going forward, head position. And thanks very much.
Oh, that's an edge and gone. That one did move off the seam. Tuffy gets some revenge. And the big bowler will like that. He's been pasted this over. He's come back to get rid of the Aussie captain.
Gets his man, Daryl Tuffy. Just a little ambitious, this one from skipper Ponting. It was a good length, and it moved away a little bit off the deck. and bounced and left him. So gone for a dozen. It is 90 for 2.
Damien Martin's the man on strike. To face the last ball of Daryl Tuffy, 6th over. He has 6 overs, 1 for 46. Australia 90 for 2.
No fielder there. That was the only weakness in the field. The last thing Fleming wanted off his left arm spinner was a short ball.
Had enough time, Matt Hayden, to put it off. Had so much time that he could pick a spot. No man in the deep on the offside. And this is there for the asking for Matty Hayden, who's been in superb touch right through the season.
So 1 run to win. And he scored a boundary. So he reaches the target in style. Matthew Hayden gets a 50 for himself on his birthday. 101 for 2 as the Australians have wrapped this important game very quickly. So there are handshakes all around. The third match in the TVS Cup one-day tri-series. Australia beating New Zealand comfortably after New Zealand winning the toss, batting first, got 97. And Australia reaching that target with plenty to spare, and they also get the bonus point. So there you are, 101 for 2. Matthew Hayden remains unbeaten on 51 after Gilchrist gave them a real flyer. 29 of 18. Ricky Ponting not getting too many. Damon Martin, number 4, staying with Matthew Hayden to overhaul the total put up by New Zealand. Well, tough work for the New Zealand bowlers. One, they had the knowledge of just 97 runs to protect. 2 wickets shared by the 2 seamers, which is not a surprise at all. Daryl Tuffy and Jacob Oram, the wicket takers. The match summary: New Zealand 97, one of the lowest totals that they've got in one-day cricket. Williams and Bracken were brilliant, and Harvey, sensational figures for him. 2 for 9, and Australia getting there comfortably. So Australia win this third match in the TVS Cup one-day tri-series, and they win with the bonus point. So there you are, Australia 7 points. They played 2, they lost 1 at Gwalior. They won what the bonus point. India still stay at the top. Welcome to the presentation ceremony. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out and being an unbiased crowd today, watching New Zealand and Australia perform. Short game, but I'm sure one of the more memorable games played here in Faridabad. Our guest for the evening, Mr. K. Vijay Kumar, General Manager Sales, TVS Motor Company Limited. Mr. Arvind Chaudhary, the President of the Haryana Cricket Association. Mr. Ranbir Singh Mahendra, the Honorary Secretary of the Haryana Cricket Association. Anil Malik, President, District Cricket Association, Faridabad, and Deputy Commissioner, Faridabad. And Mr. Rajendra Kumar, SSP, Faridabad. Welcome, gentlemen. My first invitation is to the New Zealand captain, Stephen Fleming. Were you surprised by, well, the freshness that the pitch had? We all knew that there would be something in the first half an hour, but just surprised by how much there was for the bowlers?
Yeah, obviously we thought there would be a little bit after looking at it and the time of day that we were playing, but for that much and for that long was devastating for us.
And do you think the batsmen could have done better?
Well, I think there's some aspects we could have done better. You've got to be very tight in situations like that, but they bowled very well. They bowled a great length on that wicket and got the rewards. We had one of those days where we nicked everything.
And Daryl Tuffy, I mean, for him, these were ideal conditions. If you had a few more on the board, it could have been a match on hands.
Well, if we'd bowled first, it would have been good for our bowlers as well, because coming from New Zealand, that's our type of conditions. And against Australia, you've got to take every advantage you can. So, yeah, we missed a trick just through getting the assessment of the wicket wrong.
Good comeback chance for you at Pune. That's the next match you play against Australia. It's a flat wicket where lots of runs are scored.
It's good to hear. We're devastated, as I said, by the loss, but it's a long tournament, and one toss of the coin doesn't dictate always a match, but had an influence today.
Well, all the best for the next game. Hard luck for today.
Thanks, mate.
Stephen Fleming, the New Zealand captain there. My next invitation is, of course, to the winning captain, Ricky Ponting. Well, Ricky, that was one of the greatest toss to lose.
It was a very good toss to lose. I was just talking to Stephen then, and I was going to bat this morning as well, so it was lucky I did lose the toss.
Well, could there have been anything different done about the pitch? I mean, it was fresh and there were patches of grass. Could have been anything different if the curator had done something else?
There's probably a little bit too much grass on it, yeah. I mean, the ball swung all day today for us as well, which is a big help for us, but there was a fair bit of grass on the wicket, which I must admit, coming here this morning, I didn't expect. But yeah, our bowlers did a good job, made the most of those conditions this morning.
Especially the two seamers who are bowling for the first time in Indian conditions, Bracken and Williams, did a wonderful job, put the ball in the right place.
Yeah, they did. They bowled very good line of lengths. They pitched it up and gave it a chance to swing and make the most of any sideways movement there was in the wicket. And as Stephen said, the Kiwis just managed to nick a few for us today.
Well, you batted second. Was there a big difference in the pitch when you batted second, or it's just that the total was too small for New Zealand to create any pressure?
I don't think there was any doubt that there was. The wicket was flatter this afternoon. Once the sun had got on it a bit and the conditions had dried out and got a bit hotter, the ball didn't tend to swing around as much. So, yeah, as you said, it was a good toss to lose.
And a more noisy crowd for the next match when you play India and Bombay. That's a day-nighter. So this was a bit of a change, not as vocal, noisy.
We actually got a bit of support here today, which is fairly unusual playing games in India. But no, the crowd was good today, and you know, it's an enjoyable place to play in India. It's always nice and loud, and hopefully we can keep them pretty quiet next time we play India.
All the best for the next game, and well done today.
Thank you.
Ricky Ponting winning this first match in the series. Of course, the last duty is finding the victor of the match, the man of the match for today. There's going to be a cheque of rupees 35,000 and a trophy also to be given with it. Mr. Vijay Kumar will present the cheque, and Mr. Anil Malik will give away the trophy. And the difficult job of picking up the victor of the match will, as always, be done by Ranjan Madugle, the match referee.
Thanks, Sanjay. Although Matthew Hayden scored the only half century of the match, the main contenders for the Man of the Match award were the two Australian opening bowlers who made decisive inroads into the New Zealand batting lineup. Nathan Bracken impressed us once again with his ability to pick up wickets in his opening over. But my man of the match, or the victor of the match, would be the person who got 2 wickets in his first spell, then came back to capture 2 more in his second spell, Brad Williams, for his figures of 4 for 22.
Brad Williams is the victor of the match. He'll receive a cheque of rupees 35,000. That's from Mr. Vijay Kumar, the cheque and the trophy together. Cheque first of 35,000 from Mr. Vijay Kumar, and then of course the trophy. 4 for 22 for Brad Williams. Brad, just want a few more. Right, Brad, well, I think you wouldn't know what to expect now in India. You bowled at Gwalior, absolute flat deck when you bowled, and today there was something for you.
Yeah, it was one extreme to the other, wasn't it? No, it was obviously hard conditions to bat on this morning. It was a bit of humidity around, the ball swung, and there was a bit of grass on the wicket. So, yeah, it was very sporting for us.
And it's not ever as easy as it seems on a seaming wicket. You know, you've got to put the ball in the right place, and you're expected to take wickets. So how did you handle that pressure?
Yeah, I think from what I learned in Gwalior, I think over here you really got to run in, hit the deck, and that's all I sort of tried to do. And I got a few balls in the right area today, so luck went my way.
And great support, as always, from the field, especially that catch at square leg, Damon Martin.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, wasn't it? Yeah, as I say, a bit of luck today, so yeah, you take it when you can get it.
I'll tell you something, you'll enjoy bowling in Mumbai as well. Have you heard from somewhere how the pitch is in Mumbai?
No, I haven't, so yeah, looking forward to it, you know, it might be one extreme to the other again.
No, it would be seam and bounce, not as much, but certainly some seam and bounce. Very well done, Brad, and congratulations for the award.
Cheers, cheers, thank you.
Cricket Highlights sponsored by Sam Travel and Tours, bringing you the world for over 30 years.